Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we're going to talk about lifestyle habits that are needed in order to achieve fat loss. If you're a woman over the age of 35 and you are struggling to lose weight, I strongly believe you're going to benefit from watching today's video. I'm going to share over 8 lifestyle tips that are going to make your fat loss journey much easier. So sit back and grab your choice of beverage and let's chat. We all know that nutrition is the main driver for fat loss. However, there are some lifestyle habits that are needed in order to make our fat loss journey much easier. So in this video, I'm going to cover all the different things that you need to do in order to optimize your fat loss. So before we get into all that, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Nisha, I'm a fitness trainer, and I created this channel to help you get fit as a vegan in your 40s and beyond. So if you are someone who is into health and fitness just like I am, then make sure you stick around and subscribe to my channel. If you are watching this video for the first time and you are trying to lose weight as a vegan, I highly recommend you go watch this video first. In this video, I go over all the nutrition tips and tricks that you can do in order to optimize your fat loss goals. All right, let's get started. So the number one thing that you need to do in order to optimize your fat loss goals is to avoid being sedentary throughout the day. And the reason I say that is if you see this chart on the screen, the number one calorie burn that comes from is our BMR, which is our basal metabolic rate. About 70% of calories that we burn is through that. That is us living our life and breathing and our body functioning. That's how many calories we are burning every single day just by being alive. So the second most calorie burn that comes from is our NEAT activity. And what is NEAT? NEAT is our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. These activities are our non-intentional movements throughout the day. So these could be things like walking our dog or going up and down the stairs, cleaning, cooking, doing laundry, parking your car far away, fidgeting, pacing back and forth while we're chatting on the phone. These are all the non-exercise activity movements that play a big role and help us burn a lot more calories. These calories are about 15% of our daily activity. Most people are shocked to learn this because they think that exercise burns a lot more calories. Unfortunately, if you look at the chart again, exercise only burns about 5% of our calories. So the second biggest calorie burn is coming from our non-intentional movements throughout the day. So be very mindful of being sedentary all day. Put away that television or those Netflix series and get up and move your body every hour if possible. That's going to make your fat loss journey so much easier. Second thing that prevents people from losing weight at this age, especially I'm speaking to women at the age of 40 and over, is their alcohol consumption. Yes, ladies, I know you love to drink alcohol occasionally or once or twice a week. Even that will interfere with your fat loss goals at this age. The reason for that is as we get into our premenopausal stage, our hormones starts to decline, our estrogen levels are dropping, and our body is already going through a lot. And if you add alcohol in your weekly routine like you did in your 20s and 30s, unfortunately at that age, it's not going to fly. We need to be a lot more disciplined and consistent at this age to achieve our fat loss goals. If you really want these results, I would completely get rid of alcohol during this time, as alcohol serves no one any good, and not to mention when we are under the influence, we tend to make poor dietary choices, and our sleep gets disrupted at night, so we will not have restful sleeps, and our hunger hormones that control our hunger level is also disrupted. And when we consume alcohol, our body metabolizes alcohol, and our liver has to work really hard to get rid of our alcohol from the system. So our body puts away all the fat burning mechanism on the side while it prioritizes getting rid of alcohol from our liver. So if I were you, I would really think twice before having your weekly alcohol. Number 3, stress. Stress is one of the biggest problem as we get older. Stress is part of everyone's life, and especially when we get older, stress tends to increase due to our responsibility and our day-to-day jobs or other things. So stress is something that you really have to learn to manage. And if something that is not serving you and causing you a lot of stress, I would highly revisit and see if you can take away some of the things off of your plate that adds to your stress. So please find strategies that help you alleviate your stress levels, because stress is when our body's cortisol levels go up, and at premenopausal stage we are already going through a lot of stress. If we're chronically stressed, it's going to cause you to overeat and binge eat, and also your cortisol levels are going to be really high. So please find different ways to manage your stress. For me personally, I love to exercise. More than physical benefits of exercise, it gives me a mental release from all the stressful things that I go through in my day-to-day life. So find what works for you and what helps you manage your stress levels. Number 4, sleep. Sleep is extremely critical in order to either gain muscle mass or to lose fat. Most people are undersleeping, and I see that as a personal trainer after speaking to many clients. Most people, if they're lucky, they're getting about 5 hours of sleep per night. Unfortunately, that is not enough. You need to get at least minimum of 7 hours of restful sleep at night. What sleep does is it helps our body repair at night, and our sleep also regulates our hormones. So when we don't sleep well, you'll probably notice the next day your hunger increases tremendously and you don't have much energy. So it's a lose-lose when we don't sleep enough, because we tend to snack on high calorie foods when we are not sleeping, because our hunger's level have increased, and we also don't want to participate in any physical activity. So then we end up eating a lot more and we are not burning those calories off. So I cannot stress enough how sleep is extremely important in order to optimize your fat loss goals. Number 5, we women are notorious for that, and I used to be, and I still am guilty of this, is that we tend to compare our results with someone else that is at our age, or someone who is younger than us, or even to our younger selves. Unfortunately, as we get older, our bodies are not the same. So you cannot compare your current self to your younger self 10 or 20 years ago. What used to work 10 or 20 years ago, unfortunately, does not work at our age. In my 20s, I could get away with eating big, large pizza, French fries, and have ice cream, and I will not put on weight. But unfortunately, if I carry on with that same behavior now, at my age, it doesn't fly anymore. I cannot get away with eating the same way that I did when I was younger. And also, you don't want to compare yourself when you were younger, because again, our hormones are shifting. Some of us had children, so our bodies are not the same. So there's no point comparing yourself to your younger self, as it's only going to bring you down and weigh you down. So please try to work with what you have and be grateful for where we are in our life stage, and let's work towards bettering ourselves with what we have instead of comparing ourselves to someone else and their results. Number 6, most women are really into group fitness types of classes, and they love HIIT types of workouts and body pump type of classes. Unfortunately, those classes will not help you shape your body if you want to achieve that tight toned look. That tight toned look comes from having more muscles, and you need to work on building those muscles in order to see those definitions. And once we work on building those muscles for a while, you can always go back in a calorie deficit later on to reveal those gains that you worked so hard for. There's a big difference between exercising and training. Yes, any movement is great for our physical well-being. However, if you have a specific goal, you really need to be intentional with your training and don't just randomly participate in group fitness classes or doing random online workouts. You really have to be intentional and structure your workouts according to your goals. So if you don't know where to begin, I offer beginners workout program on my website, so you can go check that out. And I also customize a training program for many women. That's a 90-day program. I will leave that link in the description box below. And if you have any other questions related to training, you can drop them in the comments as well, and I would love to help you out. Another thing that most of you are doing to lose weight is just walking and not doing strength training exercises. This goes back to my previous point. Walking, unfortunately, is not going to be enough of a stimulus in order for you to get toned and to retain muscle mass. Yes, walking is amazing and I love walking, and I highly encourage everyone to walk as much as possible. However, walking is not going to be enough if you want to retain muscle mass or potentially gain muscle mass at our age. You need to load your muscles with some weight-bearing exercises. Give your muscle a reason to hang on so that we can avoid this muscle loss through our aging process. If you are only just walking right now for your weight loss, I would highly encourage you to pick up some weight and start to strength train at least twice a week. That would be a great start for anyone who is new to lifting weights. Not to mention, by strength training, you are boosting your metabolism. And as you saw in previous chart, I will bring that chart up on the screen again. 70% calorie burn comes from BMR. And in order to optimize your BMR, you need to participate in some sort of strength training exercises to increase your lean body mass. A body that has a lot more muscle mass than someone who doesn't burns a lot more calories at rest than when you don't have that muscle mass. So I highly encourage everyone to work on boosting their metabolism by participating in some sort of strength training exercises. Let's go back to this chart for a minute, and I wanted to quickly touch on TEF, that is 10% of thermic effects of food. So what does that mean? Usually when we consume more protein, our body has a lot more thermic effect of breaking down protein and digesting. When you eat more protein, your body burns a lot more calories compared to when you consume fat or carbohydrate. So make sure you're increasing your protein intake and eating a lot more whole foods coming from fruits and vegetables, as your body has to break down these foods and metabolize that food, and that's where that 10% of thermic effect of food comes in. Lastly, if you think that you are doing everything that I've mentioned, including your nutrition, diet, sleep, stress, all the things that I've covered here so far, but you're still not losing weight, then please go get your hormones tested. Most of us tend to blame our hormones first instead of doing those lifestyle habits first. If you're doing everything under the sun, you are 100% consistent with everything, then yes, it's worth it for you to go get your blood work done and see where you have problems, and potentially work with your physician or a nutritionist to optimize your hormones at this age. Everyone is unique. Some women may experience their hormone declining a lot more faster than someone else. So it's definitely worth it to get your blood work done, and instead of guessing where things are going wrong, this way you'll have a clear understanding of where your body is lacking, and you can make those adjustments moving forward. I know I covered a lot in this video. I hope you guys found all these tips that I've shared here today helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more fitness tips and weight loss tips on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you very soon on my next one. Bye.